Are you... Hey, you killed it. Cemetery of Ash. Ash is dead?
Yes.
Have you heard the stupid theory that all throughout the Pokemon anime, Ash is literally just dead?
No.
You know how the anime starts, like he and Pikachu get attacked by birds, and Pikachu like shocks the birds to save him. And he like
No, the only episode I've ever watched was that one that gave everybody seizures in Japan.
the one you're not supposed to watch. So you never saw the first episode of Pokemon?
No.
Oh, well, Pikachu's just a huge jerk the entire time, and they get attacked by a bunch of birds. I think Spearow or something. And Pikachu has to learn to care about Ash, and he attacks them. Are you... Hey, you killed it.
Oh, maybe that did it.
Beautiful. But eventually he, like, drives... Like, he rides a bike off a cliff into a lake.
Yeah.
And people are like, no, he died there. Everything you're seeing afterwards is, like, the dream that goes through his head before he dies.
What if it's just the afterlife?
Just another one of those theories. I feel like every single thing has a stupid theory like that, where it's either like it's a dream theory or this character is like,
but it's just a
mental
theory,
asylum.
A game theory.
Thanks for watching. I was gonna come up with a joke, but I forgot that I'm not funny.
Have you seen MatPat's video on For Honor?
Maybe. What is it?
It's wildly inaccurate. That's what it is.
Well, that's what he does.
Is it though?
Yeah, after we get through the Kingdom Hearts series, which I hope we do, I need to show you.
Oh, he did. He's dead. Look at it.
Oh, shoot, you did it.
Yeah, I killed him. I mean, he killed himself, but still.
It worked. It wasn't by MatPat, but it was a video on the channel. It's like the science of, I think.
The science of, isn't that like a different channel? That's like Kyle from something else.
These videos are uploaded on the Game Theorist's channel, so I don't know if we're thinking of a different series or whatever.
It's a different series, yeah.
But like, that series did stuff like, here's, can Batman actually do the things he does in the Arkham games? Maybe. But then one is the science of time travel in Kingdom Hearts, and it's like, alright, you better, like, think again about using the phrase science of time travel, and then the phrase science in Kingdom Hearts. And he proceeds to talk about, like, this is how the main villain abuses time travel, and here's why he's actually this guy from this one game, under, like, a different name or something. And number one, like, he does the thing where he's like, I can't pronounce this character's name. I've played all the games, I've heard it pronounced a bunch, but I'm gonna call him a nickname because I can't pronounce his name. Clearly a guy who looked up the Wikipedia article and then wrote the episode.
Okay.
It's just garbage.
If I can't get this jump fast forward.
Okay. What are you gonna like sequence break?
No. It's not advancing in this like plot or the game at all.
It's just like a tricky jump to get somewhere you're not supposed to.
Because it gives you an extra Estus flask and it gives you a ring that gives you more souls from the start.
Oh.
So it's helpful.
Cool.
I forgot. Oh.
Oh shoot! You did it. I don't even have to fast forward that.
What were we just talking about? I had something that I wanted to talk about.
I was complaining about it.
The time travel
crazy,
stuff?
Yeah, crazy inaccurate science of Kingdom Hearts time travel. Which, by the way, they didn't even get that part wrong before they went off on the wrong stuff. Like, they straight up basically ignored how the games define time travel, which is like, uncommon opinion, actually follows its own rules and is simple enough.
Yeah. Right? How do you think the best way to frame time travel in fiction is? Didn't you say, wait, was the Lazarus, what was the thing that, Gould wrote?
The Lazarus vaccine. That
had time travel in it, didn't it?
Yeah, and it did time travel pretty well. Let's see, oh, that book is a little hazy in my head now. Because let's see. So the sentient AI embeds itself in Joseph, and he jumps back in time, so that he can warn his past self about his friend who goes on to create it
Yeah.
because he tries to solve cancer, which his mom dies from.
Yeah.
So he jumps backward in time, the AI in his body. Man, what was it that was so good about that book's time travel? Because
I don't know.
when I read it, I was like, oh, it didn't make that mistake that all the time travel things do.
What was the mistake that all the time travel things do?
That's what I'm trying to remember. It has to do with paradoxes.
Paradoxes.
Oh! It was about how, okay, so the thing that I like really don't like about time travel is how it plays with the concept of destiny.
Yeah.
Like, if something happens in the future, there is nothing you can do to change it.
Yeah.
Because the future has already factored in the fact that you have interfered in the past.
Yeah.
Whatever future exists will always be the future that is a result of your actions.
Wait, so you're saying that you have a problem with the plot lines where somebody sees the future, and the fact that they see the future means that it's set in stone?
No, so like, I think that's how it should be. If you see the future, that's what's going to happen, because factored into the timeline was
You seeing it.
yeah, you seeing it and then going back in time. Because you going back in time and putting that future into place is still just destiny. That was always written to happen. Because if the future is what will happen, basically every point in time exists at once,
Yeah.
no matter what influence you have over it. So there's no such thing as changing the future, even if you go back to the past.
Yeah.
So in this book, the character goes back to the past so that he can prevent the effects of the future. And what ended up happening in his past was his friend goes crazy, invents this AI, and he goes off to join the military, and the AI, which like bonds with him and heals him, he's offered to be the first test subject, and he says, no, I'm not doing that.
Bonds with him and heals with him.
Yeah, that's the point of the AI. It becomes a part of you, and it heals all your wounds. So you just insta heal, basically.
Isn't there like another thing?
Terminator. It's literally the exact same thing as Terminator.
No, like there's something where like it was Venom. Yeah, that was it.
Oh.
Because it bonds with him and it doesn't want it, but like it heals him. So.
Mm-hmm. But like, if you bond with this thing, you basically become a Terminator.
Yeah.
So he's like, no, I'm not doing that, and he goes on to recover from his injury normally in the military. Meanwhile, the AI, the Lazarus vaccine is what it's called, is dispersed among humanity, and humanity becomes Terminators. And the people that don't want to accept the vaccine become like the resistance force, which is led by Joseph, who does not take the vaccine.
Joseph.
So, when he gains the ability to go back in time, what he does is he accidentally brings the vaccine with him. The vaccine spreads across... It doesn't spread across the world. It spreads to his friend, and they manage to kill his friend. And now, because he has murder on his hands, he goes off and he joins the army, the young one, to get away from it.
Yeah.
Because the young one helps the old one. Because,
yeah.
So he ends up in the army, and then it's hinted at the end of the book that the vaccine was not eradicated. And it's the original guy's the guy who goes on to invent it. His mother is its host now. So it's hinted that the vaccine will take over the world again, and the young version of the future guy who joined the army, just like he does in the future, will end up leading the resistance against it again, and probably end up going back in time again.
So it's cyclical? It's
Yeah.
like one of those stories where like they see the future and trying to prevent it, they cause it?
Yeah, because you can't not cause the future.
Yeah.
Like, obviously it's slightly different, as is what happens with multiverse theory, but they accomplish nothing because you can't change the past. And I really liked that it obeyed destiny. That was a really long rant.